Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the A6700 versus the Sony A7CII that's going to be coming out in a week's time. I recently just picked up off Vistech Canada the A6700. It is shipping to me as we speak, and the point of this video is to kind of compare the two and figure out like if I'm going to be returning the A6700 when the A7CII is actually like when we know the full feature set of that. It's really important that you guys know my use case for this camera. So for me, I'm in dire need of a B cam. So I shoot weddings, events for businesses and brands and things like that. And I love having a B cam just for separate angles, things like that. It's gonna really help me as a YouTuber. It's also important that you know that I'm video centric. Like I shoot video first over photography, about a 70-30 split. So I just wanna be talking about like the pros and cons of both of these cameras, and hopefully that'll help you make an educated decision on which of the two that you're going to be picking up. Just know that the A6700 is an APS-C camera and the A7CII is a baby A7 IV, which is a full frame camera. Benefits of full frame, the biggest ones are better in low light for the full frame, and then also you're going to get better background blur, so that bokeh is going to be better. And for an untrained eye, just like a common non-photographer, that's truly in their mind oftentimes I think what in their minds what makes a professional looking image. So having that low aperture, but having that low aperture on an APS-C camera versus a full frame camera is different. You're going to get a different level of background separation and blur and different quality of that. So that's something I do keep in mind when picking up a camera. It's important to note that I don't hate APS-C. I'm not a hater on it at all, which is why I picked up that A6700. I'm just still a little bit torn, which is why I won't be opening that box quite yet. Another thing you should know is that price is of the utmost importance to me right now. I'm kind of on a budget. I don't want to be spending too much money on gear, and I know that the A7C II is rumored to come in at around 26.99 euros, which to me, if it comes in at that price, if that rumored spec is true on the price, then I will be sticking with the A6700. To me, you have to balance the full frame and APS-C with price, and the A6700 is one hell of a hybrid camera. So it's something that I would recommend to people on a budget for sure who don't need full frame. For me as a professional shooter, I obviously prefer to have full frame, but do I really need another A7 IV with compromised like buttons and dials and like a worse viewfinder? You know what I mean? I think I could get by with different angles with an APS-C camera, and it's pretty much just a FX30, the A6700, but with hybrid features. So I think it might be a really good B cam for me, so much so that I just ordered it, and then we're just gonna wait and see in 10 days what this A7CII truly is, but I think we know already. I do have concerns for both of these cameras and picking them up as a B cam. So number one is the dual SD card slots. They don't have it. It's rumored to not have it on the A7CII. We know that the A6700 does not have dual SD card slots. So to me, I can't redundant record on my B cam, and I don't like that. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. But if I purchase some nice SD cards, you know, reliable, good brands, spend a little bit of money on my SD cards, hopefully I won't run into issues later on down the road. But it is nice to have peace of mind on my A7 IV, which we're filming on right now, to redundantly record. Another thing that I'm a little bit concerned about on the A7CII is what's the overheating going to be like. And then on the A6700, I know it's improved thermals within the body, so that's really good. But I have heard in really hot climates that it's still an issue, even with that high temp set to high. So yeah, those are two things that I am concerned about. And if this was like your primary camera to shoot professionally, I'd be even more concerned about that. But the fact that it's my B cam, I'll use it as a secondary cam for YouTube and just different angles. And if those don't work out, at least I have my primary angle with the A7 IV. It's kind of a less of a concern for me, and it allows me to justify spending a little bit less on my B cam. So as mentioned, we already know what the A7CII is going to be. It's an A7 IV. It'll have upgraded features in terms terms of like AI, but to me, that's not like the biggest deal. I'm going to get that anyways if I keep the A6700, that auto reframing mode, which I think looks pretty dusty. Like it doesn't actually look that good. People are raving about it, and I'm sure some of these AI features will be cool, but to me, that's not like a #1 selling point. Also, it'll be like a downgrade from the A7 IV as well in terms of buttons, customization, ergonomics. It's rumored that the A7C II is going to be coming out with, or come packaged with, some kind of grip to help you with ergonomics, which is cool that Sony's including that, but it's kind of dumb that it's a necessity, you know? Like, obviously the ergonomics aren't good enough to the point where they thought they had to ship external accessories with the camera. So as of now, yes, I bought the A6700. This is what I'm planning on keeping. However, before I open the package, before I confirm, I really want to just know what the A7C II final specs are. I like the A6700 because I was going to buy an FX30, but it's the same sensor as the A6700, but then you get the hybrid features as well, because I like to do photography from time to time. So I do think that it's a value camera. To be honest, with what we know about the A7C II right now, I would probably just opt to pick up another A7 IV used, or try and find it on sale. I know it's $100 off in Canada right now. Just because I don't want to be compromised in any way, and I know the A7C II will be compromised. The one thing is, if it has 4K 60 no crop, which I don't think it'll come with, but if it does, that's a pretty big upgrade, and that would be, I don't know, you could justify the price, or maybe picking up a smaller body for a feature, something like that. Anyways, these are just my thoughts. I hope this helps you make an educated decision on whether you pick up the A6700 or A7C II, or maybe neither of them. And I know we didn't talk about the A7C2R, which I think it's cool that they're making like a less expensive photography focused camera, because those are Sony's A7R series cameras are quite pricey. So if you really need that 61 megapixel sensor, you can get it at a lower price point, which is really nice. Anyways, I hope all of this helped you, and we will see you in the next video, probably when the A7C II drops in about 10 days. But that's it for now. Matty out. Peace.